Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We back in the building with another review for Life After Lockup. This time, y'all, it is one of the franchises of Love After Lockup. So come on in the room and let's get into this video, y'all. If I had to rate this episode, which is season 5, episode 13, it's just a continuation, even though it's the season premiere. It's a continuation of the last season. So episode 5, season 13, if I had to rate this review of Life After Lockup, I would give it a 5. I mean, we got some of the couples, they came out with a bang, some of the couples, but it's the first episode, so we shall see how it evolves. We got some old school people back, like Chevelle and Quaylon. I was like, Dad, where they come from? We haven't seen them in a minute. But we're going to get into the episode, y'all. Okay, so I give it a 5. Let me know in the comments what y'all give it on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 5. It was just cool. Okay, so let's get started. If it's your first time joining me, I look down at my notes because I take notes. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hey, Tasha, my first live. Welcome to the live. We got Tasha on the live, watching Tasha doing the live. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so let's get started, y'all. I love this show. I love reviewing this show. So let's get started on our first couple. And we might as well kick it off with Chevelle and Quaylon, okay? So as y'all know, when Chevelle and Quaylon was on the season before, we saw them go through this toxic relationship. Quaylon was the one that was locked up in jail. He had locks in his hair. And they went through all of this stuff. Chevelle was saying that's the love of her life, like they always do. She brought Quaylon a truck and stuff like that. The family didn't see it for their relationship. So they broke up, fell apart. Now Chevelle says, Quaylon got himself together. She liked who he is. And so they decided to get back together, get engaged again. And now they are planning their wedding, right? So we see Chevelle opened up. She goes to this flower shop. She meets up with her friend. I guess she's trying to get flower arrangements. And Chevelle, I'm going to just say this. I ain't woman shaming nobody, right? Not woman shaming, not body shaming, but Chevelle has just an awkward, unique look. Word on the curb is that Chevelle has had a BBL done and she had a tummy tuck done. And baby, if y'all watch this episode, Chevelle, you should have had them take some of the fat and put it in your hips and everything. I'm going to just say this. If I ever go under the knife and get any type of body cosmetic surgeries done, I'm going to get it done right. If I'm going to jump off the deep end into the pool, I'm going to go ahead and do it right. I'm going to make sure my hips line up with my booty and everything looks good and all of that. I mean, the booty wasn't horrible looking because the cameramen with WeTV is petty and they made sure to zoom in a little bit on the butt. But the booty wasn't horrible, but it's just that she has a frame where she doesn't have much hip going on. And I'm like, why didn't they give you some hip? You know what I'm saying? Tasha says, thank you. I rated a 5 too. Red's shenanigans are what kept me somewhat interested. Child, we gonna get into it, y'all. We gonna get into it. But y'all, so yeah, Chevelle, her whole shape, and then she has like a rather larger head but a smaller body frame. And I ain't hating because I got a big head, but I feel like my head line up with my body. So it is what it is, So anyway, getting on to them. She talking with her friend in the flower shop. The friend is like, she liked the person that Chevelle is right now. And sidebar again, what is going on with the wigs? From Chevelle to her friend to the mama to Quaylon's mom. I was like, what is up with the wigs? Did y'all go in the beauty supply store and say, you know what, give me the one on the mannequin because that was half off? Because them wigs look quite, what is it? Disheveled, cheap looking, and the whole nine. And I'm like, these wigs, is the wigs like that where they from? Because baby, if you put me on TV, I'm gonna make sure I'm laid, the edges are laid, the lace front is lacing. I'm gonna spend the money on the wig, the wardrobe. You ain't never gonna catch me slipping like you do with Key Rock. I would say this, Key Rock, he always, every time the camera's on him, he making sure he is camera ready, okay? And so them wigs was killing me. I was like, what's going on with the wigs? But anyway, that's another sidebar. So, Chevelle ends up leaving a friend, and so they end up going to go meet up at the venue where they're going to have the wedding and everything. And so Chevelle's mom ends up meeting up with Chevelle, and child, they got in the same dress. They are 20, and Chevelle shaped just like her mama. BBL tummy tuck and all. She is shaped just like her mom, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's where she get the shape from. So they meet up, right? Quaylon is coming to meet up with his mom at the venue. He says it's normally a woman thing, but he gonna go meet up with her. The mom is riding with him, and the mom is still like, I don't see why y'all need to get married. I don't see why this needs to happen, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Mom, last episode, those were your concerns. Obviously, these two is going to be together. Let it be, let it ride, let it rest, let them do their thing. Quaylon to cut his locks off, y'all. Now, he got a whole afro going on. Every time he was in the confessionals, correct me if I'm wrong, he looked like a 70s pimp. I was like, what is going on with the whole garm of the shirt and everything with the mini afro and stuff? He just looked like an extra from like Soul Brother, you know what I'm saying? But that was how I felt like he looked. But anyway, so they meet up at the venue. The wedding planner is showing them around the venue, saying you can have the reception here, the wedding here. And sidebar, I love a venue where you can do the wedding and the reception. Me and my husband, when we got married, we found a venue. We got married outside. And we found a place where we could get married outside, had the reception on the inside, and it had a balcony and everything. It was just really, really dope. I loved it. Tasha says they were very oddly shaped, right? Quaylon, yes, he did look like a 70s pimp. Didn't he though? And in one of his confessionals, he looked really wet. I was like, is he sweating or what is going on? But child, I don't know. But the venue to me would have, looked like it could be a nice venue once they decorated everything. But child, the wedding planner came out the trick bag and was like, this venue going to be $25,000. I said, $25,000. If y'all want to know, child, I wish I could show y'all pictures of my wedding venue. It was absolutely beautiful. And we ain't pay no $25,000 for the venue, okay? We did not. If I told y'all we paid for that venue, y'all would gasp and clutch y'all pearls for the most beautiful space. My wedding planner was on point. She found that space, and I'm telling you, we had a great time. It was beautifully done, and we did not spend $25,000. I said, this wedding planner is doing too much. Because she's saying that's just for the venue. So y'all ain't even getting to the dress, his tux, the food, all the bells and whistles that go into a wedding. I said, child, and the mom, Quaylon's mom, what's her name? Qualandria? Girl, the most ghetto name I ever heard, okay? And she said, I don't know who's going to pay for it because I'm not paying for it, so y'all better, And in my opinion, Quaylon's mom was just doing too much. She was on 100. And I'm like, for what reason, though? So then they sitting there, they going over the venue, and the mom is, Quaylon's mom is like, I'm not paying for nothing. I'm going to come to the wedding. Chevelle mom said, you can come to the wedding, but you're going to sit in the back. And Quaylon's mom's like, no, I'm going to be up front with my son and blah, blah, blah. And then the moms are about to do a geriatric fight, in front of the kids, and they try and hold them back and stuff. Just real ghetto and everything. And so that's all that really happened with them. Ain't much else go on. That's all, and that's it. I got one, not even a whole page of notes on them. Moving right along to the next couple, which is going to be Cameron and Eris. I like Cameron, right? But Cameron had me looking at him sideways on this episode. Cameron, to me, is like that guy that's like, you could see why Eris was attracted to him. Because he has like a personality. He's funny. He seems like he's just a really good guy. He made a mistake, went to jail, went back to jail. So, because we know in the last season, he got out and then he did something else and went back for a little bit. And then remember, he asked Eris to marry him in front of the jail, which I thought was ghetto, but whatever. And then they ended up getting married in some park, wherever they went. They did whatever their budget could afford. And I'm just like, hey man, I ain't hating on you. Whatever your budget can do, do it. And so I don't know. Cameron to me is cool. I mean, his rap game is not horrible. I've heard worse. Okay, shout out to what's his name, because he gonna be on this season 2, and I don't know why. Michael, he cute and all, but his rap game to me, Montana Mills, is not all that. So Cameron and Eris, they open up. Cameron is playing video games with Lena. Lena is Eris's daughter, his stepdaughter. So he's playing video games. I like the fact that they have a great relationship. And we pan over to Eris. Eris is pregnant. Like she is about to pop 6 weeks. She said she got 6 weeks left and she is ready to drop that baby. And I know how she feel because when I was pregnant with my daughter, 8 months in, I was like, child, I got another month to go. Like, it was heavy. It's heavy. Tasha says, I like Cameron too. He seems like a good dude, always speaking to everyone. Yes, he probably never met a stranger in his life. Exactly. He seemed like he would make friends like wherever he goes. And I can see why Eris like him. So he playing. Eris is in the baby room. She getting all this stuff together because she is like drops a bomb on us saying that the HOA. Now, all of y'all who have a house, I have not brought a house yet. All of y'all who are mortgage owners or mortgage payers, let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm right. She says the HOA said that she has to move because Cameron is a felon. They can't live there no more. Somebody found out he was a felon and now they gotta go. So they're getting evicted out of their home because someone found out he was a felon. But if you are buying a house, right, you can have anybody live in your house, right? Or is she renting? The only way I can see that this is a problem is if she's renting and she's not actually purchasing. Because if I'm buying my house, HOA or not, I don't give a crap what y'all say. This is my house. Whoever I decide to live in my house that I'm purchasing is my prerogative. So that makes me feel like she was renting maybe, and the HOA found out about it and they was just like, he gotta go. And I thought that's messed up because it's like the system, the society wants these people to come out of prison and get reacclimated. But how are they supposed to get reacclimated if y'all judge them on every hand? Y'all won't give them a job. Y'all won't let them stay somewhere. Y'all won't give them a chance to get back into society. And then when they turn around and the recidivism rate is high, when they end up going back into jail, then y'all like, oh, we knew they was going to be back. Well, society won't give them a chance. And I just think that's messed up. But anyway, so she got the eviction notice, and then they're going to go look for houses. So they all get in the car, Lena, Eris, Cameron, they're going to go look for a house. Cameron says he want to take her somewhere. He got a surprise. Y'all, Cameron takes them to a RV lot. When they pulled up, I said, I know Cameron ain't about to do what I think he is about to do, child. They pull up to the RV lot. Cameron is like, listen, once you drop the baby, I'm going to be out on the road. And I'm like, on the road? I said, you booked and busy, Cameron? I was like, I don't know. You seem like struggle rapper right now, but I don't know. If you booked and busy after the baby drop, I mean, we'll see. So he's saying, I'm about to be out on the road. This RV would be a good move for us to be able to travel on the road together and all of that. But in my mind, I thought Cameron was taking them there to say, let's just live out of the RV until we get the house situation straight. And I still feel like a slight bit of me feels like he's trying to move that family into an RV. I'm like, sir, if it was just you and Eris with no kids, because I have seen people on reality shows and in real life doing that. Now, if it's just y'all two and that's what y'all want to do to save money and all of that, hey, more power to you. And this will make me think Cameron was trying to move them into the RV because Cameron even said we could save money if we do the RV. And I'm like, this dude trying to move them into this RV. But you got a new baby coming, and babies have a lot of stuff when they are first born. They got diapers, clothes, wipes, strollers, and all types of hampers and everything. So they cannot be in no confined space like that, and they only had one bedroom. I'm like, Cameron, what you doing? Eris was like, we can't afford to buy no RV. We need to find somewhere to live. Is he crazy? And I'm like, yeah, Cameron, you reach it. Even Lena was like, Cameron come up with these ideas, and they be the worst ideas. So, what happened after that? So Lena said she don't like it. She said, yeah, Eris is like, we're not buying no RV. And even Cameron is trying to convince them by asking the man, like, wouldn't I save money if I did this and that with this RV and everything? And the man's like, yeah, you save money. Of course he's going to say that. Cameron, he trying to make a sale. Cameron, get out that RV. Y'all don't need to buy no RV. Even if you are going to be on the road traveling, I get it. But y'all most important thing is to buy a home or rent a home or go to your next place, because y'all got a baby coming in 6 weeks. And nobody got time to be looking at no RV, Cameron, okay? Moving on to the next couple. Moving on, which is going to be, we're going to talk about Key Rock and Brittany, y'all. Key Rock and Brittany. So we opened up. Key Rock is at his mom's house. He come downstairs to talk to the mom. The mom is sipping wine with her boyfriend in the kitchen. And I'm just like, what time is it? It looked like it was real on like 1 o'clock. And mom was in the kitchen sipping with the boyfriend. Tasha says they can't live in an RV in Florida, especially during hurricanes. Girl, okay? Listen. I heard hurricanes be hurricaning down in Florida. And you ain't about to have me in no RV with the winds tossing and turning and blowing. And then they end up driving us away into the sea. Cameron, no. But the mom sipping with her boyfriend, Key Rock mom, in the kitchen. And the mom, Key Rock says he want to talk to the mom outside. So the mom says, give me a minute. So they go outside and talk and everything. And they're just like, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. Look, I get it. They have a great relationship, right? I get it. But how many times or how many episodes do we have to hear Key Rock, his mom, oh, you're beautiful. No, you're beautiful. No, you're beautiful, Black Queen. No, you doing it. No, you doing it. I'm just like, okay, we get it. Y'all beautiful. So anyway, they go outside, they talk, and Key Rock tells his mom that he wants to ask Brittany to marry him. And the mom is like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I like Brittany for you, da-da-da-da, all that stuff. So she still tells Key Rock, I'll be right back. So the mom goes and she grabs a ring. And the ring is has been in their family for generations, and she says, I want you to give this ring to Brittany. And it was a nice ring. Tasha says, yeah, it's getting to be too much. Isn't it though? But the mom goes and give the ring to Key Rock, and the ring was pretty. It was a really pretty ring. And my thing is, pause, if the ring has been in family generations after generations, like, have y'all sized the ring or got the ring, sized? Because I doubt every generation of woman has had the same size finger. But they probably have. So I'm not sure. Child, I am over my football team. I follow my football team, and I get stats that pop up on my phone, and it just popped up while I'm doing this live. And my football team has got to be the worst. I'm a football chick, right? Football season is my thing. They are horrible. They suck. They get on my daggone nerves. The season is over for them. I think they know it, so now they playing like high school kids. But whatever. Back to the review. It shouldn't have popped up. That's what threw me off. So anyway, Key Rock takes the ring. He's like, this is great. I'm going to ask her to marry me, blah, 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 and all of that. So Key Rock and Brittany is going, the next day, he's going to take her somewhere. He's telling her he's going to take her horseback riding and everything like that. And she's like, oh, cool, I've never been horseback riding. She was not even dressed for horseback riding. Soon as she straddled that horse, even if she got tennis shoes on, we going to see all her hoo-ha, because that dress was short enough. And I'm like, girl, I said, listen, my thing is, I love surprises, right? Don't get me wrong. But let me know kind of when I wake up, like, where we going, so I know how to dress. Because I'm not about to sit up here and come out the house with some daggone coochie cutting dress on and we going horseback riding. That's not the right attire. Let me know where we going. You know what I'm saying? I'll be surprised when I wake up and you tell me, then I get dressed. So anyway, what's I about to say? Yeah, so they riding in the car, they on the way, and they having this conversation. And so as they get closer and closer to like a area or a urban or hood area, Brittany is saying, I love the hood, I remember the hood. And she's like, where are we going? And Key Rock is like, don't get like you ain't been in the hood. And she was like, nah, I'm cool with the hood. She said, when my dad first came here to the United States, he got jumped in the hood by like 7 guys. And I'm like, he got jumped. So then she says, Key Rock says, yeah, weren't they black guys? I remember you telling me about that. So Brittany got offended, and I'm like, well, Brittany, what you getting offended for? If it was it black guys? If it was black guys, then it was black guys. Like, why are we getting offended? And so Key Rock goes and says, well, maybe that's why your dad doesn't want to meet me. And Brittany is like, no, he doesn't want to meet you because you're trans. And I'm just like, Key Rock, that's what it is. It's because they are a religious family, and you're trans, and he does not want to meet you probably for that reason. And Brittany keeps telling him that they're going to come around, and they possibly will come around. Give them time. Give them time. Stop making it seem like this man don't want to meet you because you black. That ain't got nothing to do with it, okay, at all. They are in Richmond, Virginia. Let me tell you something. I'm from DC. My dad is actually from Richmond, Virginia. And I've been to Richmond, Virginia several times. Okay, several times. And one thing that they do have is a lot of black people. So don't make it seem like that he don't encounter black people every day, Key Rock. So that ain't the reason why he don't want to meet you. Him getting jumped by the black guys was tragic, but that's not why he don't want to meet you. And Brittany did say that. But anyway, they got into this little tiff while they was writing about that. That was, kind of interesting, but it wasn't really nothing for real. So they pull up at this skydiving place, and Brittany is just like, this is a small ranch. I'm like, Brittany, so you can't read? Because when they pulled up, the sign was right there that says, hey, you're going to skydive, or whatever the sign said. And I'm like, girl, it say skydiving right there. I would have been like, oh, okay, so who's skydiving today? Like, as soon as we pulled up, like, are we making a stop here and we going to the horses? Because a part of me wants to try skydiving, but at the same time, a part of me is like, child, as soon as I jump out that plane, I am peeing. By the time I get on the ground, pee is going to be all over. They gonna be like, and I might have a number 2 come out. I just feel like that's what's going to happen. And then on top of that, they're going to have to push me out of the plane in order for me to jump. Because if you don't push me, I know I'm going to back out. Somebody's going to have to push me. And I'm going to be mad falling because you pushed me. But at the same time, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I actually did it. But I'm screaming the whole way down. I'm screaming the whole way down, and some bodily fluids is going to be spilled. I'm telling y'all now. But anyway, Brittany act like she didn't know what was up. So they go into the skydiving place. They got to sign all these waivers and stuff. And so Key Rock says he'll be right back. He's going to put his shoes in the car. Key Rock says he wants to get the approval of somebody in her family. So he calls her Abuela. I think that's how you say it, which is grandmother in Spanish. And so the Abuela gets on the phone, and he is trying to speak Spanish to Abuela and let her know that this is what he wants to do with Brittany and everything like that. At first he says some weird phrase, and Abuela was like, why do you not like her, or something she said. And he was like, no, I love her, I want to be with her. And then Abuela put 2 and 2 together, and she gave her approval for them to get married. And so he was like, okay, cool. Seems like Abuela don't have a problem with it or whatever. And so she's just like, cool, you get my approval. So then Key Rock runs back in. They're getting their gear on to go up in the plane and everything. And Brittany is just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. They get in the plane, and we see them going up, preparing to jump. And I guess we're actually going to see it next week because they ended out the episode. Tasha says it was cute attempt on Key Rock's part to try to speak Spanish. Yes, I do appreciate that he just didn't try to do, how some people meet a foreign person and they don't speak their language. All they do is speak English with what they think is their accent. Like, he could have called the grandmother and been like, grandmother, I want to, and it's like, they still don't understand. You're speaking English, but you're trying to spin a Spanish accent on it. So I thought him looking up the Spanish on the Google Translate was cool, of him to do that. So I do think that was good of him to do that. So she gave her approval. Next week we'll see what happens. She's definitely going to say yes, because as they were getting ready, she was like, if I'm diving off with you into the world, I want you to know, I'm ride or die, I'm your wife, whatever. Moving on to the next couple, which is Louis and Melissa. Tasha says, right. Or try to talk louder. And right, they try to talk louder in English. They be like, do you understand the words that are coming? Do people be looking at them like, are you stupid? I'm so glad about the generation that we live in right now, because we are able to translate. You can speak in your phone and speak something, translate it, and show it to the person, and they can understand. Like, the barrier of communication really is broken amongst different cultures. Like, we have it now. Like, technology can be a curse, and then it can be a blessing at the end of the day. Like, we can reach a lot of people around the world through just this live I'm doing now. I don't know who's going to see this live, but the replay watchers, shout out to y'all. Y'all could be somewhere else around the world and really be able to communicate with me or leave a comment or whatever. I just love the way the technology is, because I went to a sidebar. I went to go get my tire changed the other day, and the guy only speaks French. Now, the owners speak English, but the owner wasn't there. So the guy took his phone out and he told me to speak into the phone, and then it translated to French. So when I spoke into the phone and it translated, he was able to know exactly what I was trying to say, even though he still didn't get what I was trying to say. And I was like, what the heck? I just translated to you in French and you still don't get it. But eventually we figured it out. But the fact that we had that opportunity and that tool, that is to me amazing. But anyway, that was a little sidebar. So Melissa and Louie is the next couple. Melissa is so annoying. She gets on my freaking nerves. This the guy you always wanted. And I've said this on my live reviews before. Isn't this the guy, Melissa, that you fantasized about? That you were in high school, you were that dorky little girl, and he was the hot jock, and you was like, man, if I ever get a chance, man, woo, Louie gonna be the one. I'm gonna be with him. We gonna have babies. You know how girls are in high school when it's that guy that they just love and that they just cannot live without. You feel like, man, if I ever get an opportunity, man, whoo. There was this guy in high school, right? Sidebar again. That I used to love. He was on the football team. And I'm just going to say his name was R. I ain't even going to say his whole name, because I don't want this to get out. And then he'd be like, oh, really? So me and R, man, he was so cute. But I was in the 9th grade. He was in the 11th grade. And I was just like, he ain't thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? And one day, this girl, this loudmouth girl, when she found out I liked him, she used to always go get him and be like, hey, Tasha like you. Come in. She in this class right now. She like you. He would always come, look in the window, or come into class. And every time he did, I would put my head down because I'm like, I don't want him to see me. I'm like, this is like my dream guy. Like, if I could be with anybody at that time in my world, if I could be with anybody, I'd be with him. And so one day he actually came over to me. He was like, you're pretty. Why you put your head down? All this stuff. Child, I was cheesing, blushing, everything from ear to ear, y'all. Fast forward when we graduated, right? 2 years after I graduated high school, I saw him on the train, y'all. He looked horrible. I was like, ew. I was like, oh gosh, I'm glad. So I'm thinking this is what's going on with Melissa and Louie. I'm thinking that she was wrapped up in the Louie back in high school, and now the Louie we seeing now, she probably like, oh, I don't. So I'm just saying, I can't stand Melissa and Louie. I can't stand Melissa. Louie got her when he said something about the high school fantasy, yes, being over or something to that effect. The look on her face was priceless. Absolutely. We gonna get into it, y'all. So Louie pulls up to Melissa's job. Now, I thought Melissa did something else. Was this a side job? Because I thought Melissa worked in the office or something, but maybe she is a bartender. I don't know. So he pulls up to her job out of the Uber, and it is a surprise. He's going to surprise her. She doesn't know he's coming. As soon as he walks in the door, here's Melissa up in the face of some older dude. She like holding his hand and stuff. I don't know if y'all caught that, but she was holding this man's hand. She was all up in his face, flirting the whole nine. Louie walking the door. You would have acted like she was a child that got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. The mother said, don't touch them cookies, and they about to get a spanking. Child, Melissa's face was like, she was like, Louie, what are you doing? I said, caught you red-handed. Even Louie said that. He said, look like you was flirting. And she was like, no, I'm not doing, what are you doing here and stuff? And then he was like, I came to surprise you. And the man sitting there at the bar like, hold up. We were just talking about we was going to hook up later on the night. Who the heck is this dude? Tasha says, I heard she works both at the post office. Oh, okay. So she bartends and she's a fellow postal worker. Yeah, I know I work at the post office. So she does both. So, child, how did she even have time, child? I couldn't pick up a second job if I wanted to. That's why in this YouTube, I picked up YouTube, and I'm like, I'm going to work this thing and let it pop. Because I can't pick up a second. The post office, you be so busy, child. But I guess on her off days, maybe she does that. Because you get 2 off days, so maybe she works at the bar on her off days or whatever. But anyway, so Melissa, she says, you know, I didn't know you was coming. So she gives Louie a hug and everything. And Louie was like, well, I could go. She said, well, I would have took off of work. I would have prepared. Which is true. He probably should have let her know. I mean, maybe she would have prepared. But, you know, it's supposed to be a surprise. So Louis says, well, I could leave. And she's like, nah, I'm about to get off in a little bit or whatever. So they end up going back to Melissa's apartment, which the apartment was a little cute. Melissa's room was like a shoebox. I said, dang, girl, how big is this daggone room? Like the square footage was not square foot. And it's like, soon as her bed got up in there, she had nowhere else to go. So Louis gets in there. He's asking her, she's like, there's the guest room. Here's my room. He's like, well, which room should I go into? And she was like, well, you can put your stuff in the guest room. And you can see that Louis was looking a little bit like, really? But fast forward before we get to her apartment, Melissa asks to see Louis' teeth. And I can't remember if it was in the restaurant or whatever, but whatever. She asked to see Louis' teeth. Louis smiled. He was like, and she was just like, oh, okay. And she was like, see, you don't like him. Louis was like, you don't like him. And she was like, well, I just want to make sure I'm getting my money's worth or whatever. And I'm just trying to figure out what you mean getting your money's worth, Melissa. He got the teeth. They in his mouth. You got your money's worth. What are you talking about? So then they get to the house and she's like, I don't know where we stand, Louis. So you go in the guest room and everything. And so Louis shaking his head like, yeah, whatever. Gotta go in the guest room. So, she goes in the kitchen and she starts making this nasty looking spaghetti. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a spaghetti connoisseur. I love me some spaghetti, right? I love making it. I put like those chunky tomatoes in mine. I like putting mushrooms in mine, peppers and stuff like that. Like I love getting into some sauce and some spaghetti. I like angel hair pasta. I don't like the thick spaghetti, but y'all, that spaghetti looked dry and nasty. Louis came in the kitchen. He was like, what you doing? She was like, cooking. And he was like, frozen meatballs. Louis, don't knock it, because I be using some frozen meatballs sometimes too. And Melissa was like, you was locked up for 10 years. I'm sure you've had worse. And Louis was like, no. And I'm like, Louis, yeah, the prison food is probably worse than what Melissa was cooking, but the way it looked after she was done, I don't know. The prison food might be better than what she was cooking, because she didn't put enough sauce or something. It just looked dry. The meatballs wasn't immersed in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she was doing, but the food looked nasty. So anyway, they're up here going back and forth having this conversation because Tasha said it did look nasty and tasty. Didn't it though? Looked like she needed some salt, pepper, oregano, Italian seasoning, a blend of Italian seasonings. Like she needed all that. And she Italian. And I'm like, girl, for you to be Italian, I was expecting that stuff to look like, like really good. So they in the kitchen and Louis was like, what you got planned for tomorrow? And Melissa like, well, my family having a barbecue. And Louis was like, well, is that an invite? And Melissa is like, yeah, you just popped up. I wasn't really going to bring you around them yet because I don't know where we stand. And Louis was kind of like, what the heck is going on with us? He got in the kitchen. He was like, what is up? What's going on? And I'm like, Louis, I want to know what's going on too. Tasha said she could have put a little something on it. Right. Some garnish, some cilantro, some something. She ain't putting nothing, child. Ugh, it looked nasty. So Louis like us, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. He like Marvin Gaye, what's going on, child? So Melissa's like, well, she goes back to this whole, your mom is babying you. You're not showing me you serious. You're not showing me you want to be in New Jersey. You're not putting enough effort. And pause. Melissa gets on my nerves because out of all of the people that has come out of jail, Louis, I'm trying to think, because there may be some other ones that came out and did all right, and it is, but Louis came out and right away, he got on trying to live up to what he said he was going to do to Melissa. He came out, he got a job, whether it's at the pizza shop or whether it's picking up trash on the street. Listen, is he getting a paycheck? He got a freaking job, Melissa. What the heck you want this man to do? His friend looked out for him and got him a job. Not only did he get a job, he saved enough money, he got a car, and she talks to me, you brought a car. Let me tell you something. I live in Georgia right now. If you don't have a car living in Georgia, you are screwed. You are not going to get anywhere. You're going to get somewhere if you call a Lyft or Uber, right? But they don't have public transportation like I was used to in DC. So I had to do a lot of driving when I moved down here, right? You're screwed in Georgia if you don't have a car because everything is far. So at first I was kind of looking at it like, well, why didn't Louis put the money on his teeth so Melissa didn't have to pay. But at the same time, it's like, well, if he got to get back and forth to work or whatever, he do need a car, especially living in Georgia. Tasha says he's doing pretty good for just getting out. He has a job. It's hard to get work. Yes, as a non-felon with several degrees. Exactly. Like, people don't want to give these felons a chance. And his friend gave him a job. He got a car. He now got his teeth, you know, in his mouth. He be in the gym. We done seen him on the last season. He was in the gym working out and stuff. He looks clean, like, unlike, what's her name? Brittany. Oh, crackhead self, but she ain't even on this season, so we ain't gonna talk about her. She got my daggone nerves. But he looked clean, like he not on drugs and stuff no more. So I'm like, Melissa, get a dude a break. So she told some, well, yeah, could you get a job down here in New Jersey and all of that? You only got it because your friend helped you. And he's just like, well, yeah, my friend helped me. I've been on interviews, but nobody wants to give me a chance. And Melissa, come on now, you know that. He just got out of jail. So then, he ends up talking to her and he's like, you know what? I done lost my appetite. I don't even want to eat. I said, Louis, I lost my appetite as soon as I saw that food. He was like, I lost my appetite, don't want to eat. She clears the plate off. Thomas, well, I guess I'm clearing off his food like his mom. And she throws the food in the trash. And Louis goes on to the room. And now he's sitting up in the bed like, why the heck, looking at the ceiling like, why did I come to New Jersey to deal with this hoe? So then, what happened? Yeah, so when they was in the kitchen, Louis did say that. He said, do you love me, or is this just a high school fantasy that you living out? I said, ooh. He stunned you there because Melissa was looking a little bit like, she never responded and said that she loved him. I think it is a high school fantasy she trying to live out. Louis says, I think it's just a fantasy you caught up in. You know what I'm saying? You don't even really want to be with me. You don't even love me like that. But we'll see what happens with them. Melissa is annoying. She is reaching for arguments with this dude. I think she don't like the fact that Louis popped up on her and put a damper in her game, because it looked like she was flirting with that dude and had made plans with that dude, because even when Louis had left, and she was still there, the camera panned to the dude at the bar, and he was looking like, what happened? I thought we still on for tonight or what? You know what I'm saying? So Melissa don't really want to be with Louis. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. And I guess next week we're going to see her family barbecue or whatever and see if Louis gets invited or if he go or what happens, because you already know some of her sisters don't see it for him, and that's probably going to be a whole situation too. But I'm like, Melissa, he took the initiative. He came to see your old raggedy self. He got a job going on. He got something going on. I know you didn't pay for his ticket and stuff to come and the Uber and all of that, so he's saving some type of money. Yeah, he's still living home with his mom, but shoot, ain't nobody written to no felon. Like, how are they supposed to move on? And child, it's just a lot. Melissa is a goofy. She is really goofy to me. So anyway, moving on to the next couple, because we ain't got to do with Melissa. Hold on, moving on to the next couple, y'all. Let's get into Chance and Taylor. I can't. You know what? I don't know who I don't like more, Melissa or Chance. I feel like Chance, Child, I can't stand me some Chance. I cannot stand me some Chance. So anyway, it opens up. They at the hardware store shopping, right? Because Miss Taylor has started her a business. It's called Ella. Hold on, I here wrote it down. It's epoxy tables. Epoxy tables. So if y'all ever seen like those swiggly little paint tables, like it has an outline of like a wood on the outline. They are so beautiful. And y'all, I had 2 coasters downstairs. I went to a vendor event and somebody was doing epoxy coasters. And so I have 2 of them downstairs, and y'all, I love those coasters. They are so, so beautiful, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So I was like, congratulations, Taylor. I was like, round of applause. You know what I'm saying? She started a business, and the pictures they were showing, if that was her work, it looked really good. So they at the hardware store shopping because they about to go meet with the client that wants to get a table from Taylor. I'm like, okay, Taylor, you got a client and everything. So Chance is with her, with his annoyance. He is with her. And so they're meeting up with this person. As they are riding, Chance is like, well, maybe when we get there, I could look around her house and see if she needs some extra work done. And Taylor is like, no. No, don't do nothing, okay? All we are there to do is to talk about the epoxy tables. Do not say anything to this lady about doing no other work. Taylor made it absolutely clear. And Chance is like, well, we need to have multiple side hustles because we need the money and stuff. And I'm like, pause, Chance, that's your problem. When you got out, you was having all these multiple things going on. Remember, Chance was getting all these credit cards and making all these business moves and buying power wash equipment and doing all this crap. And now they are in the hole in major debt because he want to be all over the place, jack all trades, master of none. And now they all up in all this debt. Remember, he brought that old stupid truck they was riding in, ain't even had the money for it. He even rented the rims. I wish the camera would have panned down to the rims to see if they repoed them or not. You know, he just make a lot of dumb money moves. And I'm like, Taylor, I know I give you flack sometimes. I have given Taylor flack for being like ditzy a little bit, you know, that. But at the same time, Taylor was balancing her household. Her bills were paid. Her daughters looked like they were taken care of. She had started a business. She seemed like a boss chick if she dropped this loser. You know what I'm saying? But I guess she feel like we got a baby together now, so now we got to stay together. Man, bump that. Ain't no man worth staying with that's going to drag you down. I could do bad all by myself. So anyway, they riding. And they get to the person's house. And they're talking to the lady. And Tasha says, oh, she sure did rent those. He sure did rent those rims. I forgot about that. Did he rent them? He went to rims to rent or whatever. And I'm like, renting rims? Listen, if I want rims, right? Because I want to get some blackout rims on my car. I love blackout rims. I don't know why. So I asked the guy the other day how much the blackout rims was going to cost. He was like, I could do 4 of them for like $800 for you. I said, okay, cool. That's reasonable. So when I go get the rims, I'm going to get them and pay the $800, get all 4 of them at one time. Ain't nobody doing no payment plans around here. And if I don't want to do all 4 of them, then I say, all right, give me 2 blackout rims. I give you $400. Then I come back and get the another 2 $400. It's rims. It ain't like they tires. They not going to get flat or nothing like that. So you got to do what works for your pocketbook. You know what I'm saying? Chance said, man, I'm going to rent these rims, and he's an idiot for doing that. So they get to the client's house. When they get up in there, they talking about it. And what did Chance do? This fool goes around, walking around the lady's house. Now, Taylor's talking to her about the epoxy tables. He walking around the house right up here saying, oh, yeah, looking at her cabinets all in her kitchen and stuff. He talking about some, this work right here. I don't know who did this, but it doesn't look like a good job. Maybe I can touch it up for you. I can get a good deal on cabinets. And the lady was looking at him like, are y'all trying to bamboozle me? And Taylor was like, well, thank you for making that point, but we're here to talk about the table. And she said that in front of the lady. And I was like, bravo, Taylor. I'm glad you didn't go into a shell and just let him do what he wanted to do. So she says, now we're here to talk about this table. And so the lady was like, yeah, because I was like, wait, I signed up for a table. You know, even the lady was thinking that. So Chance went ahead and waited outside. I said, yeah, go outside. So when Chance got outside, child, why did he get a phone call from somebody named Bobo? And y'all, Bobo got on that phone. Chance answered the phone and he was like acting like he didn't know who it was. Child, soon as he answered that phone, Bobo was like, where my daggone money at? You know I let you borrow some money. Listen, you don't want to play with me. I come see you. I take your face off. I know where your family live. I said, whoa. I said, what's going on here? He said, He was like, listen, some stuff happened. He was like, I don't want to hear that stuff that happened. I want my freaking money. You better have my money. If you don't have my money, I'm telling you, if I got to come see you, it's going to be up. I was like, whoa. I said, what is going on here? So apparently Chance borrowed some money from a dude that was locked up. I guess the dude just got out or whatever. Chance said some things happened. He forgot about paying him the money. And I'm thinking he owed the dude like $10,000. Child, Bobo snapped on Chance for $1,000. Hold on, y'all. He snapped. I'm a goofball. He snapped on him for $1,000. $1,000. Now, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just like, dang, I thought he was going to say, you owe me like $5,000, $10,000. You know what I'm saying? $1,000. Listen, with inflation and in this economy, that can be a lot of money though. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody owe me a G, I'd be like, get my money. You know what I'm saying? When I'm gonna get my money. I don't think I would call them snapping like that, but I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Where's my money at? You know what I'm saying? So $1,000 is not a whole bunch of money, but in this economy, this day and age, hey, $1,000 can put some people over the hump, can go a long way. So I can understand Bobo's frustration. He was like, give my money. I ain't playing with you. I'm coming for your family. I'm coming to show up at your door. He said, if I show up at your door, it ain't gonna be pretty. I said, ooh. I said, I'm scared. So Chance was asking cameraman, you know, can y'all back up? Give me a minute. Bobo chewed him out, hung that phone up. Chance was like, sheesh. Yeah, he got you all the way together. See, Chance play all big and tough around Taylor, you know what I'm saying? But when it come down to a real man stepping to you, you ain't got it to do. You ain't got to do. Even when they was in a hardware store, he was still trying to buy like some type of painting machine or something. And Taylor was like, we can't do that right now. And Chance was like, well, it'll help us, blah, blah. He always got a get rich quick scheme and don't be getting rich. I'm like, dude, sit down somewhere. So now he got Bobo talking about, I want my money or else. After that, he get off the phone. Now he frustrated. So he go into the client's house. Taylor's still in there talking to the lady conducting business. He go up in there talking some, Taylor, are you ready to go? Let's go. And I'm looking at him like, that is so rude. Why would you do that? This is a client. She could probably bring y'all in more business, refer other people to you. Word of mouth is everything. And you sit up here busting up in the door, up and telling some you ready to go. So Taylor comes out. She says, yeah, in 5 minutes. She finished talking to the lady. She comes out, get in the truck, and she's like, why you have to be so rude? What was that about? And he's like, I was just ready to go, you know, blah. She was like, yeah, but I was wrapping up with the lady or whatever. Taylor gets in her confessionals and says that she brings stability and business savviness to the relationship, and Chance brings aggression and something else she said. And I said, don't forget debt. All the things she listed that he brought to the table in a relationship was just negative. And I'm like, Taylor, blink twice if you need to get out of this. Leave. So what, you got a baby by this dude? He's not doing anything. He doesn't add no value to you. He looks a mess. He looked like he just slept under the truck. He just is horrible. He doesn't give anything. He's doing nothing. Since you met this guy, he has damaged your relationship with your sister. The kids, he's tried to get them under control, but them kids is unruly. They just like, whatever, we jumping on this furniture, we doing what we want to do, we don't care who come in the house. Okay, I think Taylor's sister Bobby was the only one that would get them together. You know what I'm saying? You damaged their relationship. You put Taylor in all this debt. It's like, girl, why? The pain can't be that good. Okay, Taylor, I'm just saying. Look, we done made some dumb decisions as women sometimes. Some dumb decisions, dumb mistakes over the D. But baby, once we get that light bulb moment or apple hit us on our head and we get over the D, then we're over it and we move on and we rise above it and we boss up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to do, Taylor. Get on from Chance. Moving on to the last couple. Get on away from that dude. Moving on to the last couple, y'all. Joy, Janomi, and Red, child. Woo, child, Janomi and Red. So they are driving towards Mexico. They are in Texas, right? They not that far from Mexico. They decide to stop and stay in some little wagon little thing. It was kind of cute. You know, if I saw it and it was on like Airbnb or something like that, I probably would want to stay in the wagon too. You know what I'm saying? Just to have something to do. I like doing new stuff or different stuff. So I would stay in the wagon. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Joy say she was low on funds? Didn't Joy have to pawn the ancestors' memorabilia just to get money to come even see the daggone dude? How in the world was she able to rent out a wagon? How in the world was she able to now? Because you know she got to get gas. She wasted gas by turning around to pick up Red last episode. You know, she said she was over him. She was crying and all of that. Playing Mary J. Blige in the car and all this stuff and all of that. And going about her business. But then she turns around and go get him anyway. Girl, she told me that's my baby. I can't leave him. I'm like, girl, bye. Yes, you can. You can get back home to your son, move on with life, and be like, you know what, I was dumb for a little bit, but I moved on. So anyway, they stop at this wagon. They staying overnight and everything. Every time Joy and Red kiss, it sounds like a fish out of water. It's like, I'm like, ugh, God. Every time they kiss, I want to throw up. So they get in this wagon, they stay overnight, they get their swerve on, the whole night. That's what they say. And then the child, the next morning, Red goes and says he's gonna get breakfast, right? So Joy gets on the phone with the sister and she's saying how they're on their way, they're not that far from Mexico and all of that. Red went to go get breakfast and all of that. I'm like, how the heck Red getting breakfast? What money he have? I guess he said, Joy, let me see some money real quick so I can go get some breakfast. So Red steps out and what did he do? He gets on the phone and he calls Julie. Y'all know Julie was the one he slept with right after Joy, his bestie, or so he says. So he slept with Julie and everything back when he was in where were they at? Ohio. I think they was in Ohio. So slept with Julie. He calls Julie. Her phone went to voicemail. He says, yeah, Julie, it was nice while it lasted. Everything was cool, you my bestie, blah, 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 but I moved on with Joy and I'm on my way to Mexico. It's like, dude, if I was Julie, I would have been like, I ain't need to hear all that. You could have saved that. I mean, it is what it is, unless you was promising Julie you was going to be with her, but whatever. So he goes on and he goes to, this little gas station or whatever, and he goes up in there. But before we get to that, they ended up going to some arcade. And so the arcade or some ice cream parlor with video games or something, I don't know what it was. So they up in there, they playing video games and all this stuff, they having a good time or whatever. So then when they're about to leave, Red says to her, I love you. And he still says he's not telling her about Julie because this will break her heart. He says, I love you and everything, and I want to be with you and all this other stuff, child. Then he gets down on his knee, y'all. Get ready for this. Because I rewind this part like 3 times. Woo, y'all get ready for this. Red pulls a ring out of his pocket. Now, when he pulled it out, I was like, where he get money from to buy a ring? You know what I'm saying? Like, Red has been giving me broke vibes since he got out. Like, a lot of these other fellas, they come out and they done invested in stuff while they was locked up. They come out, they be having like $1,500, $3,000, $10,000, shoot, all this money stashed away. Red don't seem like he had none of that going on, because on that episode when the sister brought the pizza in the house, how excited he was, how many slices he took of that pizza, broke vibes. That's what it's giving me. So then he gets down on the knee and he pulls a ring out of his pocket, out of some little baggie, right? And child, it was this little ring. Joy is all like, oh my God, yes, I will, and all this stuff. And they start kissing, their little fishy kisses and stuff. And he put the ring on her. And the people at first weren't paying them no attention. So I guess the camera people and the producers was like, hold on, can y'all please clap? So the people start clapping. The one dude at the bar was looking like, ain't nobody thinking about that. One dude at the bar, right, he was looking like, these are 2 minorities. This is Texas. Ain't nobody thinking about y'all. So then he ends up giving her the ring, right? He says that's where he went when he said he was going to go get breakfast in his confessional. He said he went into this little gas station thing, y'all. Why did he do a turnstile? He went on a turnstile and found the ring. One of the turning things that you go to like Clara's or one of them little jewelry stores like that and turn the little thing to see all the jewelry. Child, he brought her ring off the turnstile. How about the ring? Get ready for this, y'all. $31.39. $31.39. I say, hold up, what? Y'all, I rewinded back 3 times because I was like, hold up. Maybe I'm tripping. $31.39. $39. That's how much Joy's ring cost that Red asked her to marry him with. $31.39. He didn't even break a $40 bill. He still had enough money left. He probably gave $40. He still was able to get a Coke and probably some chips. With what he brought for her ring. Let me tell you something. I ain't hating on nobody, right? Your budget is your budget. Your pocket is your pocket. But my thing is this. If you can't afford to buy a woman a nicer ring, maybe spend, I don't know. I've heard some good rings for $500. You know what I'm saying? If you can't spend a couple of hundreds on a ring, sir, you are not ready to be married. And Joy, why the heck you saying I do to this dude? What about him gives you comfort or head of household vibes? He ain't got no job. He done cheated on you with Julie. You don't even know about that. He ain't got nothing going on. You about to have to take care of this dude and your son. So I'm not understanding why you even said yes to that. You should have said, prove yourself to me, and then we can revisit this conversation on a later date. But no, because Joy's so desperate. And Red has to wrap it up in the bag to make him be able to get the person that he wants to be with and somebody to take care of him. So he thought, let me just, ask her to marry me and all of that in the middle of some daggone arcade slash ice cream parlor with freaking racist rednecks at the counter. That's what it looked like to me. He just said, let me just do this. And she up here telling us, I can't stop looking at the ring. I said, child, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you're going to have a green circle around your finger with that daggone 31, 39 ring on your finger. Like, are you serious? Child. $31. I said, dang. You could have at least doubled up or something, maybe got 2 rings and made it 60. Y'all, that took me out, y'all. I was like, I can't believe this dude paid $31 for that ring. He should have just waited. He should have waited till he got established and then said, let me just get her a decent ring. You know what I'm saying? Dang. I would have rather you just wrote me a note and said, I want to marry you, when I get myself together, give me a promise note, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. And then, we can get it popping once I get you the established ring. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody saying the ring got to be big and fancy and all of that. We ain't saying all that, but dang, at least drop a few hundreds on it or something. He didn't even break $40. I said, what? And she just all goofy and happy about it. So Joy and Red just skip off out of the parlor and stuff. They get in the car and they on their way, still headed towards Mexico, y'all. And that was the last couple. Y'all already know we got other couples on this season, y'all. They got about 10 couples on this season, I think. Cause I did. Hold on, let me make sure I tell y'all. Let me make sure I ain't skip nobody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they did 6 couples on this episode, but we also are missing Michael and what's her name? Montana Mills. That couple, they gonna be on here. We got freaking what's his name coming back? Sarah and the deadbeat dad that got the 6, 7 kids. Can't remember his name. They coming back. And we didn't see them this episode. And I feel like I'm leaving off one more person. But child, they got about 8 couples. About 7 to 8 couples on this season. So it's going to be a lot going on. Some of the couples I feel like they could have left alone because we ain't need to see them again. But y'all, I'm telling you now, it's going to be a rocky roller coaster on Life After Lockup. I'm curious to see what happens with Red and Joy. I'm curious to see what happens with Chance and Taylor. Brittany and Key-Rock, they could have left them off the episode. I ain't nobody thinking about what happens with them. We already know they probably going to get married and all of that. Because, yeah. They ain't got nothing else going on. But y'all, it's going to be a rocky roller coaster, and I'm here for it. Can't wait to see it, y'all. So, y'all, that is my review. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Tasha, for you commenting in the comments. Thank you all for liking the video. Go ahead and make sure you share the video. Make sure your notifications is on if you subscribe to the channel. Remember, I'm doing a Christmas giveaway, y'all. So, I have beautiful jewelry that I love. That is paparazzi. I am also a paparazzi consultant as well, and I have beautiful jewelry like this all the time, like this, and I sell my beautiful jewelry. I love my beautiful jewelry, and I thought, what a beautiful way to bless some people for Christmas with doing a Christmas giveaway. So all you have to do to be entered into the drawing for this Christmas giveaway is subscribe to my channel, and I will put you in the running or the drawing on December 16th. I will go ahead and pull a name from the drawing, and I will announce it, and I will get your information, and I will send you a piece of the beautiful jewelry, y'all. And I love this jewelry. Not like Janomi's ring. I have never had my skin turn green or anything from any of this jewelry, y'all, and I love it. And all of it is really cute. They have really great pieces like I don't want to I don't want to show stuff on the live or intermingle, but like pieces like this, like this is, hold on y'all, let me get the earring together. The earring said, listen, I ain't trying to be shown. Okay, so pieces like this, like these silver pair earrings, you know. So I have really good stuff, and I buy all of my stuff when I order it. So bracelets like this, really cute stuff. I wear it all the time. I love fashion, and so I'm always hooking up outfits and jewelry and the whole nine. So pieces like that, it won't be those per se, but it'll be really nice stuff, you know, if you are picked for a winner. So go ahead and make sure you share my channel and let your friends know, hey girl, she doing a Christmas giveaway. You can get a free piece of jewelry. Go ahead and tell them to subscribe, and you never know, you might be the winner, you know what I'm saying, of the Christmas giveaway, and I'm announcing that on December 16th. So thank y'all for joining me. I love y'all to pieces. We are on a push to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of December. We can do it, y'all. Let's push, push, push. Share the video. Share my channel, y'all. We gonna get there. We gonna get these subscribers, y'all. So go ahead, share the video. Make sure you tell people about the Christmas giveaway. And I will see y'all next week when we review Life After Lockup again. Also, I do other videos. I do Let's Talk About It segments as well, where I pick a topic, and it's a really it's like a 10-minute video, maybe 13 minutes, where I talk about a topic that is maybe hot, or maybe someone asked me to talk about, or what have you. And so Let's Talk About It is a segment that I do as well. I drop plenty of shorts all the time. I'm always telling y'all about deals, just ways to just live this life in a really happy and effortless way. I'm just always, you know, doing stuff on my channel. So it's a good time over here. So make sure you go ahead and let your folks know to subscribe to the channel. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Happy Sunday. Until we meet again. Bye, y'all.